Dr. Mary Rensel. How do you finish a project quickly? Okay, you have a new project that's due. Here we are with coffee time. You have a new project coming up and you need to nail it. And what do you need to do to support your brain through a new project? Okay, glad you asked. All right, so first of all, I'm a neuroimmunologist. I'm a business founder and I love supporting people and finding that next level, and they can just keep going and just rock in this world, right? So I'm glad to support you through that. Okay, number one, you build a brain hammock. So you build support for the brain. So the brain is metabolically super active. So when you have a new project, but you don't change anything, you don't give it any extra support, that's when people say, oh, I feel like toast, I'm stuck, I can't do it. This is what your brain is telling you, like, dude, I need some energy, right? So make sure you're building a support for your brain when you have something new to do. So if you are striving to reach that project or get that next promotion, or you're starting a new class, you're starting residency, you're a new nurse, any way that you're challenging your brain with something new, you have to support your brain with a hammock of support, right? Number two is confidence is learned and practiced. So if you're not feeling like, I don't got this, I don't know what I'm doing, this is all new to me, that's fine. That's your brain saying, like, I need some new pathways to get this done more efficiently. So you keep taking one action, see how it goes, one action a week, see how it goes, set a metric. So here's what I want to achieve this week. Here's what I'm expecting. And then at the end of the week, if it doesn't happen, then you reiterate, right? You check it out. You either pivot, try something new, or you keep going, you persevere, right? So if you tried something, it didn't work, just change. But realize that there's going to be emotions about that. So as we learn, we feel vulnerable because we don't know everything. Who knows everything? Nobody. So we need to make sure that we acknowledge that when we're doing something new, we feel vulnerable about that. We have feelings. So emotional awareness is actually part of getting a project done, right? So you have to realize that you're not going to know everything from the first step, right? You're going to try something, you're going to see how it goes, and you're going to reiterate, right? So in order to finish a project quickly, you want to build a hammock of support for your brain. If you need help with that, reach out. I'm glad to. Check out my program called Synapse, because that's what we do, so that you can keep rocking it. Confidence is learned, so that's an action, one action a week, and then check it out, see if it worked well. If not, you're going to change. Number three is you're going to acknowledge that there are emotions involved in learning. You're going to feel a lot of things. You're going to feel great one day, 1 second later, you're going to feel like you don't know anything, and you're going to keep going back and forth, and that's emotions, and that's fine. They just have to, you just have to be aware of them. You don't really have to change them. They'll come and go, right? And then the other thing is to build a growth support team around you, like an accountability team or a support team. So that means, like, you schedule coffee once a week with people, 10 minutes, ask them, can I have 10 minutes, please? So that you can see, like, how did you get here? That's all you have to ask. Just start the conversation. What worked for you? How did you get there? What was surprising in your journey? What really helped you in your journey? What do you wish you never did again? Because why don't you learn from the lessons from the people that came above you, right? So if you have a really big project, remember you need to support the brain with a hammock of support. Every time you ask it to do something new, you have to give it some support. Brains are metabolically super active, so don't think it's just going to get the energy from the sky, right? You have to give it to it, right? You have to provide it. It's going to give you a lot of great ideas and get you through the project, but you have to support it, right? Confidence is learned. Okay, so in one action a week, you're going to see how it goes. You're going to build a growth team. You're also going to acknowledge you're going to have a lot of feelings while you're learning, and that's fine. Just let them go. Write them down. 3 feelings 3 times a day. Write them down and just rip it up. It doesn't matter what they are. You just let them go. Okay. Imagine if you just felt creative and your project was going so fast. You're doing amazing. You felt confident. You knew what you were able to do. You knew your strengths. You knew your next steps. And imagine you had a clear plan. You knew how you're going to nail this project, right? Like you felt like you're just blooming in a garden, like everything was going well. So that's what happens when you know how to manipulate the brain. So that's what I love to do. I love to share with you, like, take the complex brain and share just very practical tips so your days can be easier and you can nail those projects. All right. Reach out. Okay. Check out my program called Synapse. All right. You got this.